Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. I'm here at the Desert Botanical Garden, and this is where I first felt a sense of romance. I mean, as you guys probably know, I've had a relationship with myself for 13 years now. But 2 years ago, when I first visited the DBG, I suddenly felt a sense of romance toward myself. In the past, it was more like a date with myself. All of a sudden, I felt a sense of romance and a sense of belonging in this world. And I knew that this would be the place where I would eventually have my wedding ceremony, either with myself or with somebody else. It will probably be here. And at the time, I was working remotely, obviously, 2 years ago when I first visited Phoenix, Arizona. And then I had to go back to work in person. I finally relocated to Phoenix more or less permanently last September. And this was one of the first places that I went back to. And I remember when I first got here, it was like I hadn't left Phoenix all that long. It was like I went home to Seattle for a quick business trip, and now I'm back. So it made the whole year in Seattle complete. I had a lot of troubles that year in Seattle when I was home. It made it completely evaporate. Now, granted, I still have some difficulties with various people here in the Phoenix area. I tend to do well with the weather, as you guys see. This is our typical day of no clouds in sight, and I do very well in that kind of weather condition. A little difficulty this past month with burnout situations. You guys may have noticed I've taken a break from making bismuth art. I have to remind myself not to go back, though. I'm tempted to make other art projects, but I remember how burnt out I was. Now, the difficult part is that you got to remember why I started the art projects in the first place. I wanted to have a side income so that I could be more free to be myself, and speak up for myself when I run into unfair issues at work. I wanted to have a backup, but at the same time, um, it kind of backfired because the burnout from making the bismuth art was kind of affecting my performance at work too. So it became a weird conundrum. What I'll probably have to do is uh, do it more intermittently, right? Find time to take off, and then go back to bismuth, kind of like a feast fast kind of cycle, right? I'll probably have to do the bismuth art in that way. That way, I get to enjoy the benefits of being able to speak up for myself at work while at the same time not completely burning myself out. And even just 3 days of taking off from bismuth has already been a big benefit to me. So it might not be the end of the world. I might just have to have an on-off kind of cycle and be able to dissociate from the bismuth art. I got a little bit too emotionally attached, right? So I'm glad I came out here to record this video today. Um, I'll probably return to the bismuth art after the Mary Curry anniversary because that's a very important dinner. I'll probably take that day off. This is the Peter Shit Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Shit Show. Bum 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 bum.